Hey girl, hey! Welcome to my channel. If you are new, hi baby, I am Fancy. It is so nice to have you. If you are returning, welcome back for a very fancy reaction video. Ladies, if you have not already, please do subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below the city that you are repping tonight. Okay, girls, please consider joining our Snob Mob if you want to sit pretty, get paid, and live a privileged lifestyle through Christ. We would love to have you, girl. Let's get into this reaction video.
As it turns out, he has quite a few accusations of his own because he is now accusing Gabrielle of being the villain in their marriage and being abusive towards him. Girl, the stories he has to tell are quite shocking, and it just shows that not every relationship that we see on social media is as perfect as they make it seem. In case y'all have been out of the loop, child, just sit back and let me spill the tea because you know that nobody spills the tea good like me. Okay, so last week, we found out that Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade were having some major issues in their marriage, and things were so bad that Gabrielle was talking to some divorce attorneys and trying to figure out how to move on with their marriage or end things. It turns out that a major reason for their issues was the fact that Dwayne can't keep it in his pants and keeps slinging it around Hollywood for everyone who wants a bite. As bad as it sounds,
Okay, so this is how the foundation is being laid at this moment. So it's said, allegedly, that the reason why they're going through so many problems is because he's not faithful. Now, ladies, again, yes, having a faithful husband should be the standard, but can you truly expect him to be anything but what he was when you met him? So that's when the delusion comes. If you already met someone and they were disrespectful, they were rude, they were argumentative, they were aggressive, they were abusive, they were cheaters, or they had a wandering eye, then why value yourself so low to the point where you can't see yourself moving on or attracting better, but then thinking that he's going to change for you because you're going to be that girl? So let's see what happens, y'all. Because from what I know and from what y'all know is he always been a cheater. So how could she possibly expect anything but?
cheating on her is nothing new because he's been doing that for the entire relationship right from when they started dating. One of his numerous side pieces spilled the tea back then, saying, I too had my situation with Dwayne. Can't lie, he is great in bed, but I definitely would not take him seriously the way Gabrielle does. He sleeps with and flies bees out all the time. They like to act like they are Michelle and Barack when in reality, things are not what they seem. She continued, every time some type of gossip comes out, they have to make an appearance to show the media how real they are. He's involved with many girls, and that's to say the least. And everyone that deals with him knows this. Either Gabrielle knows this and doesn't care, or she is playing dumb, which I find hard to believe. Well, it turns out that Dwayne wasn't just slinging it to women because he was allegedly doing it with men too. Listen, D Wade did not discriminate about who caught what he was slinging around because he gave it to men just as much as he gave it to the women. Now, whispers about Dwayne's secretive gay encounters have been circulating for a while, and they've only been getting stronger and stronger by the years, but people haven't really been paying much attention to it. I mean, he has been married to 2 women, and he even had a baby on Gabrielle, so surely that must count for something, right? Well, it seems people now believe that he has only been using the women as a beard to hide his real sexuality because he doesn't want to risk his secret getting exposed. I mean, how many gay men do y'all know at the top of the NBA? Yeah, that's what I thought. Now, back to the topic of the break baby. People believe that the entire reason that Dwayne had a child so soon after the breakup is that he was trying to convince Gabrielle to take him back. I know that the idea of having a baby to convince someone to come back is wild, but stay with me, y'all, because I'm gonna make it make sense. See, insiders are claiming that the reason they broke up in the first place is that Gabrielle had some very strong suspicions that Dwayne was on the DL and she was done being his cover. So Dwayne hooked up with his longtime girlfriend, Asia Matoyer, and got her pregnant in a few months, and Gabrielle took him back after that. At first, that didn't make a lot of sense because why on earth would she take him back almost immediately after the baby? Yeah, the math ain't mathing on that one, but like the insider said, Dwayne had the baby to convince Gabrielle that he wasn't gay, and once she had her supposed proof, she took him back. She also spoke about the hurt in an interview where she said, it should go without saying that we were not in a good place at the time that child was conceived, but we were doing much better when he finally told me about the pregnancy. To say I was devastated is to pick a word on a low shelf for convenience. There are people, strangers I will never meet, who have been upset that I have not previously talked about that trauma. I have not had words, and even after untold moments of therapy, I am not sure I have them now. It turned out that the reason they weren't in a good place was because she found out that her man had allegedly been hooking up with men and women. But when he had the baby, she changed her mind. Well, this explains why she and Dwayne never seem to acknowledge the existence of his other son, Xavier. And they love to pretend like he doesn't exist. I mean, have y'all ever wondered why on earth Dwayne is father of the year to his other 3 kids, but the only time Xavier probably sees him is on TV or Instagram? Yeah, that's because the boy was allegedly just a tool, and he doesn't add to the perfect image of the perfect family that Gabrielle and Dwayne wanted. But if you think this is bad, well, it's...
And that's why I can't feel bad for her or him. I cannot respect a man who is not there for his kids. I cannot look, have a conversation with, be in the same room with, be in the presence of a man who does not take care of his responsibility. It shows his character, and he's trash, and she's trash for it too. But she getting what she deserves.
Worse, because apart from the whole gay drama, there was still a lot of crazy stuff going on in the marriage, like how they split all the bills equally. Fans started to give them the side eye when Gabrielle spilled the beans in an interview, revealing that they split the bills right down the middle, a straight up 50-50 split.
To say I'm head of household because in this household we split everything 50-50, but in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts this, there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, you better work, you gonna sleep in?
This whole situation...
And look at his outfit. Like, look at his outfit. Everybody be thinking these are statement pieces, this is that, this is that. Women tend to try to make someone into what they're not. She knew from the beginning. She knew from the beginning who he was and who he dealt with and what she was going to have to deal with. But she thought since she was that girl, G Union, okay, she thought that for whatever reason it was going to be a happily ever after. Second, how can you be a successful boss chick? Beautiful. Gabby is so beautiful, naturally beautiful. But you have no self-love. You have not done the self-work. You're not healed to the point where you're able to put your foot down and say, I can do bad all by myself. It's like, why be with a man that's not even taking care of the responsibilities that a husband would take care of, but then he's exposing you to everything else out in the street? That's crazy. On top of your health, but your life, let's just say somebody went crazy over whatever he was slanging and came for her in one of those love triangle, baby, please. And she got a daughter? No.
Especially when you consider the huge difference in earnings between Dwayne and Gabrielle. She has a net worth of roughly $40 million, while he's sitting on a fortune of about $170 million, which is over 4 times what she's got in the bank.
Okay. So this is how I feel about it. Dwayne Wade makes 4 times the amount of money that G Union makes. And with Gabby not even barely making a fourth of what her husband makes, you have to understand, number one, she's a woman. And number two, she came in living a totally different lifestyle than what he lives. Because obviously, women, we know how to live within our means. And men, they're going to turn all the way up. So D Wade has multiple kids that he claims and that he doesn't. So with her coming into the relationship with no children initially, then you can already expect that her cost of living was way, way, way lower than what a man who makes 4 times what she makes with multiple mouths to feed. So for her to come into a marriage, which she would be upgrading her lifestyle because now she has to live in homes and places that's appropriate for a star, okay? In addition to a star and his kids. So if she makes a fourth of what he makes, but she is supposed to take care of 50% of their lifestyle, when she's only occupying maybe 15%, and she's still paying more to live than what she would as a single woman. And my question is this: at this point, what's the purpose or what's the benefit of being with this man? Because if he's not doing his husband duties and you have to pay more because your lifestyle has elevated just to match his 50-50, why are you with him? Why are you, girl? Girl.
More, Dwayne spilled some more juicy details in an interview. Turns out it was Gabrielle who pushed for this equal division, all because of something Dwayne said during a heated argument that left her feeling seriously uncomfortable.
We decided together, because I think I said one time we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
This made fans feel like Dwayne was...
First and foremost, if she would have put in the work, she would have not put up with half of the trash and the disrespect that this man has put her through. Secondly, if she would have did the work prior to getting into this relationship, she would have never allowed her emotions to prevent her from securing the bag. And securing the bag means now that you're going to live with this man who elevates your lifestyle, he's already paying for that lifestyle because he can afford it and he already lives it, and you're just being added into it. So all of your money and your expenses that you were paying prior, you're able to pocket that. You literally secured a bag. But because there was an argument, and because egos got involved, and because people were prideful, and because she got emotional, she stated, oh, well, you're never going to say that to me again. I'm going to pay 50% of everything. Baby, you a fool. And then Diana Wade, is going to sit here and let Miss Mamas is going to sit here and allow you to pay half of his bills. Like, girl, it's like not only did he win the argument, but he secured the bag. He's able to now live his lifestyle, have a wife that he has access to anytime. You are able to elevate his look and his aesthetic because all of Gabrielle Union's fans now, who was not into sports at all whatsoever, now love the look of her being married. So now they're going to support their family dynamic. So he aesthetically looks better and he is winning totally all the way around within this situation. And then she's paying half of his lifestyle that he was paying before, all living on his own. So he secured the bag because he's saving more money and getting more profit and more benefits than he was as a single man, while still going out there having babies, doing extracurricular with anything that has a pulse. Baby, listen. If y'all can't learn something from the way these men finesse these women, then sis, I can't mess with you, because they doing it effortlessly and they doing it because we not putting in the work. It's like when it gets hard, oh, Fancy, you're talking about the boring stuff, or you're talking about the stuff that's uncomfortable, or you're talking about the stuff that I really got to make sacrifices for, and I'm just not ready for it yet. No, I'm talking about the stuff that's going to prevent you from being in this type of situation, because this is crazy. It's like she should have rather been by herself, protect her pH, protect her health, protect her income. So now she's leaving with less than she came into the relationship with. Probably her savings and investments. She probably had to try to sell some stuff to keep up with this man and his lifestyle.
Story, and it explains why fans were so quick to support Gabrielle when we heard about the marriage falling apart. I mean, the fact that he would let her pay equally when he knew that he made way more than she did and he could easily pay more. So this had people on his case and they threw their support behind her. But from the stories Dwayne is now telling, child, it looks like she has managed to con us into believing her sob story, because from what Dwayne is now saying, girl, it looks like he is the victim and not the villain as we thought. But before we get into that messy drama, can we talk about the fact that Gabrielle sometimes made some weird statements that made it come across like she didn't respect Dwayne? Like the time she said, the biggest difference between this and the last marriage will be a prenup at my insistence. When you have your own stuff, you don't need to worry about anyone else's stuff. So everyone should go into the relationship knowing I'm here for you and you're here for me. And the reality is I've never seen Dwayne balance the checkbook, so I gotta protect my stuff. It's the wave of the future. Now I know that prenups are generally a smart idea, but the way she talked about Dwayne kind of suggested that she doesn't respect him all that much. But we're not done with the gay rumors, because remember when Jaguar Wright spilled some piping hot tea about Dwayne being on the DL, regularly throwing some wild gay pool parties right at his own crib.
Guess it just moved over to the Wade house. I'm not saying that because of their trans daughter. I'm saying that because of the artist that I just spoke to not that long ago that got invited to a party at their house. Everything was cool up front, so they went to the back and there was a bunch of old and young boys back there, all naked in the Wade house.
You know Jaguar always comes through with the hottest gossip, and no one's ever taken her to court, so you best believe she's speaking the truth. Her story has got fans even more convinced that Dwayne might be keeping some secrets, and it's just adding more drama to the mix. And just last week, the infamous gossip blog Demois dropped its own bombshell exposing Dwayne's rendezvous with another lady. They wrote,
from the prenup that you insisted on, but then you spending the money that you were so-called supposed to be protecting, but now you countered that prenup by speaking and saying, oh, well, you ain't ever gonna be able to say that to me again because I'm about to pay half of everything. The contradictions, that's crazy.
Dwayne is very close to a woman, not Gabrielle. He was spotted getting very close to her, spoke to her very intimately while I was there for 2 hours. Gabrielle also has some interesting posts on her Instagram. When clarity, truth, and transparency are present, there's only room for evolution. Gabrielle just posted on her Snapchat a picture of her daughter. I do anything for her peace. They also said, somebody else messaging me that Dwayne keeps posing with the kids and not with Gabrielle. Gabrielle has only been posting with their daughter and not their other kids. An insider said that they will be like Will and Jada if they ever separate. They will keep it quiet and live their separate lives, but keep on a united front for years if necessary. Now, according to some reports, the woman that Dwayne was spotted out with was not exactly a woman, but a male crossdresser. So it looks like Dwayne is still slinging it with men, and apparently, this is what caused Gabrielle to melt down and end things. Even though they both kept a front for the sake of their daughter, they've stopped wearing their rings, so we know that things are pretty bad. But like I said, Dwayne is coming out to call Gabrielle's BS, and he's exposing her right back because he claimed that she also had her affairs and men on the side. Apparently, she has also been cheating on him, but she's smarter with it, and she has managed to get away with it. Oh, and remember the pool parties Jaguar talked about? Well, Dwayne is now also claiming that Gabrielle was also involved in the parties, and some of the parties were even her idea because she's also into women as well. Girl, what? It's crazy that Gabrielle went to the media about how Dwayne was cheating on her, but she was also doing the same thing behind the scenes. Child, this is crazy, but it gets even crazier because Dwayne has more stories to tell. According to an insider, Gabrielle has something of a temper and is known to put hands on Dwayne whenever she's mad or they get into an argument. She's obviously smart enough to avoid leaving marks where it's going to show, but the insider claimed that she is kind of abusive towards Dwayne, and she always plays the victim card. Girl, the scream I screamed when I heard this tea, it's just insane because we all thought that things were perfect between them. So the fact that they are both cheating on each other.
I feel opposite. D Wade always gave very feminine, very, very feminine. I ain't ever just saw him as a masculine anything, and it's just the vibes for me. But Gabby, she's always seemed like a dominant alpha masculine woman. Like I thought it was just because of the roles that she would play and just I don't know how she portrayed herself on TV, but same way he was super feminine, I feel like that's why they was like literally the perfect match. Like they was both trash and I just, assumed that since, all these women believe being a pig me would keep you married, in this case it definitely won't. He still don't want you, still wasn't going to be faithful to you, still wasn't going to stay married to you, and he still wasn't going to try to protect your reputation. It seems as if this man has literally tried to throw her under the bus every chance he got, and that is the mother of his daughter, like his baby daughter. That is so crazy. Like it was did he ever love her? And I don't even know how long they've been married, but this is crazy. They talking to each other like frenemies. Like they ain't never liked each other.
Having orgies, engaging in gay activities, it just doesn't fit with the image that they have in the media. They have a very family-centered image in the media, so it doesn't fit much with their public image, and this explains why they have gone to extreme lengths to protect their secret. And we probably wouldn't have even known about this if their marriage hadn't fallen apart and they both felt the need to spill tea to the media. Girl, this tea is giving drama, and it is giving chaos, and as y'all can expect, the drama had fans feeling all types of ways, and they had a lot to say. They left comments saying, Gabrielle made all the wrong moves in that relationship. She confessed to being a mean girl, gossiping about other women, and sleeping with other women's men or husbands. I wish Gabrielle to take a break, move on from very dirty Dwayne, and cleanse. From there, she can really have a fresh start. I knew it was a reason I never gravitated toward Gabrielle Union. She's a mean girl. Gabrielle, don't play brand new. You knew and you accepted it until you didn't. And the rumors have been circulating for years, the same way the rumors were circulating about Dwight Howard, Puffy, and Will and Jada. These relationships are shams. Child, this is an insane situation, but I want to know what you guys think about it, because it's just crazy. What do you think about Dwayne exposing Gabrielle right back after she spilled tea on him? Do you think he's right to do that, or do you think he's just being vindictive?
I feel like he's a little lady. I feel like he's running around like he's a little. Okay, girls, so that was a lot. It was giving very much pick me's never win. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a hater. I am totally here for a woman of color to win. I'm very much here for it. But after seeing how dirty she did other women, how she made our melanated girls look bad, it's like, baby, you were the total package. You didn't have no kids. You didn't have no baby daddy drama. You're a beautiful woman. You have an amazing career. You have your own money. It's like wealth tends to attract wealth. And she could have definitely got her a healthy, affluent, respectful, providing husband, supportive husband, loving husband, if she was healthy and whole herself. But brokenness is going to attract brokenness. Toxicity is going to attract toxicity. And that's exactly what happened. Wade thought that it would be a good move for the public to see him with a star like her. It's like, oh, not only can D Wade pull beautiful women, but beautiful boss women who can have the world. So he thought it would be a good come up or a good look for him. And she, according to herself, asked for a prenup. Oh, I don't see him balancing his checkbooks, and I need him to know I'm here for love, just like I want to know that he's here for love. And he wasn't, but you knew that because he had a baby on you before you even got married to him. It's like, sis, ladies, she's already in the situation, and that's what she chose. But ladies, do not allow a man to tell you and show you exactly who he is, and you blindly think that he can change, he will change, and that things will get better when y'all are married, or when the temptation's gone, or when y'all relocate, or when he doesn't work at that firm anymore where that super hot receptionist is that he was cheating on. When we go somewhere else, it's always going to be another woman. It's always going to be more temptation. It's always going to be more drama and more problems. And also, another lesson we can learn from this situation, no matter how much you want to split the check, split the bills, show your man that you're going to splurge and spend on him and you want him to feel like, special and all of the things, he's still going to do the same thing that he would have done if you would have had that standard that I don't spend money on men. I am not attracted to a man that will A, allow me to spend money on him, and B, accept the money that I try to spend on him. I'm not interested in a girlfriend, just not. And that is what D Wade has shown himself to be. And this is no pun intended. Whatever he's attracted to, whatever he do, that's his business. That's not what this video is about. This is not what we're going to discuss. But I'm telling you, outside of that, he was a Miss Mamas the whole entire time. He was catty. He was petty. He was really there for the kiki. So, girls, so let's take this as a lesson. Let's not make the same mistake. It is wise to be able to learn from others' mistakes versus having to go through it on your own. If you see yourself in this situation when it came to any of your dusty exes on any level, again, the money they have is on a whole nother level, so that's not relatable to most. But when it comes to the dynamic of you get in an argument with your man, so you're going to prove to him, oh, okay, well, I got it. Oh, so you had a problem paying, I got my own money. Don't even worry about it. Like you really doing something, babe. In reality, he's like, good. Now I can go spend it on the next. And in D Wade's case, he was spending it on the next nigga. Diana, Big Deborah, Big Debbie. I was tickled. This whole thing in G Union, Gabby do look like she be knocking a nigga. She be looking like she be knocking a nigga out. I can't lie. I can't lie, and I'm not gonna say he don't deserve it. And I'm sure her hits be hurting, like, cause the energy she just gives is just so masculine. It's just like, I believe it. I believe that nigga be getting knocked out, baby. Listen, knocked out. I bet he ain't got beat like that since his mama beat him when he was in 3rd grade. Boy, I tell you, whew, what y'all say if y'all could be a fly on the wall? All right, girls, well, because at this point, she was better before he was ever added to. That's why she ain't got no issues like that. You don't see her in, social media looking crazy. No, this story made her image look bad. And when it comes to affluent people, image, if y'all not in the Patreon, y'all need to join. Image to the affluent is everything. Networking, socializing in image. Whew. And he just looked like that nigga. Sis, don't have these men making you look like a fool. Don't have them make you look like a fool. Don't have yourself make you look like a fool. Don't do that to yourself, girl. So, yeah. I wanted to do it for the one time. But thank you girls for recommending this video, this reaction video. I'm going to leave the Patreon information in the link below. We are starting a new book, not this week. We're finishing up a new book tomorrow. But we are starting a new book. Maybe not next week. We got to vote on it. We're going to vote on it. We're going to vote on it. The girls have put away $500 for the neck breaking November, and I'm so proud of them. In addition to that, they are over there working on securing a bag for the holidays. So if you are not seeing progress on your journey, then please do consider joining the Patreon. We would love to have you girls. And if you have clicked the link and you said there was no spots available, it does. Again, I only have limited amount of spots, but you simply have to push see more, and there they will show you other openings. Definitely push see more. But I love you girls so much. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and y'all have a great week. Bye.